Hey everyone and welcome. Dino with you here. You know, one question I still get asked pretty frequently is, how do you build a mono bridge cable for your SVT-4PRO? Now I know I've had a video up for quite a while showing the importance of the mono bridge cable as well as the importance of using Neutrix, but I've never really put a video up that shows exactly how to build a mono bridge cable for your 4Pro. So that's what this video is all about. I'm going to show you how to take a standard 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch speaker cable and build a 1/4 inch to Neutrix mono bridge cable for your SVT-4PRO. Okay, so let's just get a couple of things together first. First off, tools. All you really need is a small Phillips screwdriver and a set of wire cutters. That's the beauty of a Neutrix. There's no soldering involved. It's merely just a screwdriver and then a couple of set screws to secure your wires. As far as parts, very simple. You're going to need a standard 1/4 to 1/4 inch speaker cable, and then a Neutrix, and here's the part number, an NL4FC. This is a 4-conductor Neutrix connector that you can buy at any pro audio parts store, or if you have a local music store that specializes in pro audio equipment, they should stock this for you. If they don't stock it for you, any good music store should be able to order this part for you. Again, it's a Neutrix NL4 for 4 conductors FC. Okay, so get these parts together and we'll take it from there. Okay, so as you can see, I've cut the 1/4 inch connector off of one end of my speaker cable, and then I stripped about 1 inch of the black rubber insulation from that, and then from each individual wire I've stripped about, I'm going to say maybe 1/4 of an inch, exposing the copper windings. Okay, so this is what you want one end to look like. Okay, as you can see, I've disassembled the Neutrix connector into 4 parts as well. You have the main housing, the main connector, and if I get a close-up of the connections there, you'll see that there's 4 connections on there labeled +1, -1, +2, -2, but we'll discuss that in a second. You have the white, it's basically a strain relief for the cable, and then the blue locking nut. So there's your 4 pieces, and we'll show you how this all goes together. Okay, now that we've got all our parts together, we're going to start assembling our cable. But before we do that, it's very important to take a look at the 1/4 inch end first, and we need to identify which colored wire is going to the tip of the 1/4 inch connector and which colored wire is going to the sleeve of the 1/4 inch connector. And why this is so important is because we want to determine on our Neutrix end which colored wire is going to go to +1 and which colored wire is going to go to +2 of the Neutrix connector. Okay, so as we can see here, the red wire goes to tip of the 1/4 inch and the black wire goes to sleeve of the 1/4 inch. So red is going to go to +1 on the Neutrix, black is going to go to +2 on the Neutrix. Okay, so now that we've established that, we just need to remember red is +1, black is +2. And remember, the Neutrix connector is a 4-conductor connector, so we need to determine which lug is +1 and which lug is +2. Now I've taken the liberty of putting a little bit of nail polish on each lug to show you, and as you can see, 1 and 2, or +1 and +2, are opposite each other, as are -1 and -2. So it's kind of hard to see because the numbers are embossed in the plastic. So you really need some good light to be able to see the numbers properly. If you want, put a little nail polish on there like I did, and that will help you determine which numbers are which. Okay? So now we've got everything together. We're going to assemble. We're going to take our blue locking nut, slide that on first. Okay, then we're going to take our strain relief, And we're going to slide that on. Just be careful not to fray the bare copper wires on the leads, because that is kind of tight getting it on there. Okay, and as you can see, I did exactly what I shouldn't have done. So I'm just going to retwist those. Okay, now I'm going to take the main connector and I'm going to take the red wire and I'm going to insert it into the +1 side of the Neutrik. Let's loosen this up a little bit. And again, like I said, all you need is just a little Phillips screwdriver. So red goes into +1. You insert it in and then just tighten that down. You don't have to go too tight, but just enough so that it grabs it. And then the +2 connector, we're going to take our black lead and slide that in that lug, like so. And we're going to tighten that down. And that should give you a nice secure connection. Both wires, as you can see, are in there securely. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this strain relief and we're going to turn it so that it fits properly over the main connector. And you got to kind of mess with it to see how it fits on there. Okay. So we've got it on there nice and snug. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to take the housing and we're going to slide that over the main connector. And again, it only goes on one way, threads first, over the strain relief, and it should look like this. Then all you need to do is just take your locking nut and thread it on there and tighten it down.